I'm here with Rafa Martinez from Planet Golf Miami. Rafa, what a pleasure to be here with you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Of course, bro. We've known each other for a long time. Rafa's a great player. He now works at Planet Golf, which is the hottest golf shop in South Florida.
You
And
know,
he's a stud, man. You guys are gonna learn a ton from his journey through the game because that's what we do here in the pod. We just interview people in the golf industry and get to know their journey and how they came about the game and insights that we could take from them to improve as a golfer and just to understand the game as a whole. So I appreciate it, Rafa.
yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So let's get started with how you got into golf because me and him played high school golf, not on the same team, but we were on opposing teams playing
Rival
together,
teams, man. Yeah,
rival teams. But
we
he
hated.
was
I hated Leo. We wanted to kick his ass out there. It was. It
he's a
was. We had a
stud
lot of
though.
beef. They
I
won
remember
districts
back in
though.
the day. I mean, you still play, but you're more
Yeah.
on the business side now. But you're a really good player. So what got you into golf, man?
So when I was younger, my father and my uncle started they owned a golf. They started working at a golf store when they're 18, 19 years old. They didn't go to college. They loved the business. They bought the business from the owner, and then they just kept growing from selling used clubs to getting accounts to selling new clubs, and little by little, the business kept growing year by year. So I was growing up like pretty much in the golf store. So I kind of had to play golf, to be honest. But I loved it. I was super dedicated. Like my dad and my mom, no one pushed me to play. Like they didn't care. Like if I didn't play, like they can care less. I just always wanted to be out there. So I started playing at like maybe 4 or 5 years old. But I started playing like seriously when I was like 10, 9, 10. I won the club championship at Riviera. Like of course remembers that here in Coral Gables. And I just got like dedicated. I was always like wanted to like I'm always very competitive. So I won that tournament and I was like, like I'm pretty good at this. So I just kept going
Yeah,
at it, kept playing all the time. And the next thing for the last till I was like maybe 19 years old, I kept playing a lot, a lot. Then I went to college. Everything kind of changed a little bit. Didn't want to play as much. I knew it was kind of hard to become a pro golfer. We had this business here too that was from Alf's Golf to Planet Golf. And then little by little, I just took it more serious and realized like what we have here is we have a great opportunity. It's just such like I come to work every day and I love it. Like we're so
yeah,
grateful.
man, and you guys are killing it. I mean,
Yeah,
Planet Golf kills it down
yeah,
there
we're
in
doing great.
Miami.
Luckily, thank
I
God.
mean, but you guys, I mean, you individually, I mean, you've always had that competitive spirit, from the beginning. I remember when we were playing high school matches against each other, like you were the guy that, I wanted to beat because I was like, this
Yeah,
guy's a stud. So, like that competitive spirit is definitely translated over to business. It seems like for you, I've gone over to Planet Golf a ton of times, done some content with you guys, known you for a long time. So, I mean, I could see the hustle and the drive that you have to make things happen. What was that transition for you from college to then going into the business side where it's like you had to make a decision to stop playing competitively and start focusing on like
yeah.
business?
So I started. You know what? I was actually talking about it yesterday. I was at a winery and I was a spokesperson and I was kind of like breaking it down when I really thought about it. And when I really started hitting for me is when the COVID hit. We're a family owned business and the COVID happens. No one could work. No one could go outside, and we don't know how long this is gonna last. So I'm like kind of worried. I'm like, my family always gave me like a great life. I was very fortunate. That my dad always took care of me. Played golf all the time. It's an expensive sport and all that sort of stuff. Lived here in Miami, and I'm like, what the hell is gonna happen with this COVID? And are we gonna not like create income for a year or 2 years or whatever the case being? And I just realized we got to take it more serious. We have a great, business. Um, and I just wanted to, help out my family in any sort of way. And I just kind of loved it. I've always loved golf, and luckily as well, the COVID did help golf a lot with people playing, going outside, teeing it up. It's been unbelievable, honestly, how much young people got into golf because of the COVID. And because of that, we continue to get more and more golfers out there.
Yeah, and you've seen it firsthand being at the shop how much the game has actually grown over the
Yeah.
last few years since COVID. I mean, it's been exponential
Yeah. And
from what I've seen. I mean, can you
yeah.
tell me a little bit about your experience at the shop? All these new
Crazy. A lot
people
of young
coming in.
people. So back in the days, like when I was in like middle school, like I didn't tell anyone that I played golf. Like it was one of those sports like you don't want
You
to tell
get
anybody you
bullied,
play
bro.
golf. People think, oh, it's for pussies or something. I'm like, That's it's bullshit. Like it's a good sport. And then next thing the COVID happens, young people are playing, and dude, everyone loves golf. Everyone that used to talk crap about golf to me, they all play. Everyone that went to high school with, majority of them play, and I see it every day. There's just so much more young people involved in the sport. Like the older, it's always good for the retired guy, and he's not doing anything, he's golfing. But now, like the younger guys are playing golf, and even like the PGA Tour guys now, like they're more fit. You don't have the John. Not everyone's looking like John Daly, drinking a 12 pack out there, smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes. Like they're working out. They're getting their body right, mentally in the right spot. They're practicing every day. They're training like an athlete. So it's completely changed. And I see it. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it every single day. I mean, our used section is just like I tell people come in to buy a used set, and they're like, "Oh, I like this set." I'm like, "Listen, I mean, come back, but when you come back, everything's probably gonna be completely different. I can't tell you that you're gonna get the same set you were looking at today because in 3 days the whole used section is different."
Yeah, absolutely. And touching on the topic of like the younger generation getting into the game, we talk about it all the time. I mean, you're starting to create a lot of content for Planet Golf, and you've seen me kind of come up since the beginning of me doing content. That's probably been a huge kind of indicator of like why the younger generation is getting into the game. How are you like taking advantage of like that content space too to like get more customers and stuff?
Yeah, no, I think it's really good. I mean, you just have such a big audience on social media, and Miami a lot is a hub for South America, Central America, Europeans. Everyone like kind of has a house here, comes to visit, so it really expands your reach and your customer base, which I wish we could, do it better. Honestly, there's always room to improve. But yeah, man, it's a good way to grow, your customer base in areas, tourists, locals, all this stuff. We actually got some giveaway coming out soon, by the way. Tag 3 friends, put in your story. It's gonna be sick, man. We're giving away. I can't tell you right now, but you'll find out tomorrow or the next
Nice.
day. It's gonna be
No,
great.
that's awesome, man, and that's the name of the
I'm
game.
telling
And
you, we're gonna it's unbelievable. We're gonna kill it. This giveaway is gonna be unbelievable.
one of the things I wanted to ask you, you being at a shop all the time, there's so many golf brands out there. Do you think there's too many brands out there, or is there a lack of brands? Like, should there be more?
You know what? I think in our industry now it's getting sad. There's so many brands, but I think it's good, for all those entrepreneurs out there. They're hustlers trying to, make a lot of money for themselves. That's where I guess it's the hardest thing to do, but you're also what's the word for it? Your profit margin so much higher. And it's like cool if you love it. There is a bunch of brands, but the good ones really stick out with the marketing and the way they brand, and the branding is so important, and the quality. I would always think it was quality. Like when I did that goodie stuff, I'm like quality, quality, quality. I mean, quality is really important, but at the same time, the branding is the most important thing. How you represent the brand. People want to like
Yeah.
feel like they're part of the brand. And that's so important. Besides quality.
Yeah, I've realized that certain brands stick out, and I was having a conversation with the CEO of a golf like apparel brand, and he was telling me the biggest thing that kind of differentiates you is like the way you tell your story. If
So
you have a
important.
golf brand out there, or just any brand in general, like the way you tell your story is what's going to differentiate you because you are different by nature. So, there's brands like Red Vanley, G4, all these guys that you could tell like they stick out a little bit more than others. Maybe it's the quality, but maybe it's just like the story behind it and what they represent. What do you think?
I mean, so they all have a different, like a vibe, which is good. Red Vanley is like, that guy was a hockey player. I feel like he's more genuine, has really good quality stuff. Now G4 is really, feel they got really high end product with good, designs. Um, I think when it comes to that, yeah, it's just the story, and what people, and obviously, the material's got to be good. It's got to look nice to you, but at the same time, the story behind it, the way they represent the brand, you really see it in the colors, the marketing, the logo, the people that are wearing it, everything matters, and little by little the brand
Yeah.
continues to grow. It takes time to grow a business. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes years of hard work and learning and trial and error and trial and error and trial and error, and that's what I've learned majority. But yeah, there's a lot of brands out there, and it's awesome. So entrepreneurs out there, keep going with it. It just takes a long time and it's a lot of hard work. But if it pays off, you're in the big green light, man. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
100%. So another question I got for you. I'm walking into your shop. I just started playing golf. Like, there's so many options for me to choose from. You do fittings and stuff. How important is for someone to get fitted?
So I think it's honestly like one of the most important things. So what I tell people is that look, there's a budget for you. You give me a budget, and first we'll find out how much the golf clubs kind of cost. Give me some type of budget. We can go from anywhere from say $300 to it can go all the way up, right? Um, then from there, even a beginner golfer, like I said, I never played before. I never I don't want to swing, and I'm like, dude, I just gotta see 2 or 3 swings at least to get an idea of like kind of like and find out like how if you played sports, how tall you are, get them into the right shaft flex, length, maybe grip size. Obviously, probably game improvement for your more typical beginner golfer. And then from there, take lessons, or work on your swing because it's so important in golf to have the right fundamentals. Like, how it is, us golfers, like we took in so many lessons. I've taken
Yeah.
hundreds of lessons and it's hard. Some people, even if they don't take lessons, at least watch YouTube and get like more with the fundamentals, the setup, right? The grip, the alignment. But getting the right clubs because if you're a beginner golfer and you're a strong guy, and you're 6 feet tall, 6'2", using standard clubs and using regular graphite, it doesn't care how many lessons you take. You're still gonna be frustrated because you're probably gonna hit them like shit.
Yeah.
Like
Because the
sport
club's
is
just
hard
not
enough.
built for you.
Trust me, I go out there all the time and I'm always pissed off. Like I always expect to do better. It's such a frustrating. There's no such thing as perfection in this game. So at least just make it a little bit easier with the equipment. So it is so important, man. That's what I continue trying to tell everyone you're coming from beginner to the PGA Tour player, like you need to get fitting. Now the fitting process is completely different for different level golfers, but every golfer needs some sort of fitting. You need someone with knowledge behind you, watching you hit a couple balls, finding how tall you are, asking you a couple questions, and guiding you in the right direction. Right? That's how you properly do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Rafa, for you, what would be something you would do differently when you were growing up in golf that you think would have gotten you better faster?
Man, I think about that all the time. It's like one of my nightmares because I know exactly what it is, to be honest. So it's just like practicing with a purpose every day, being consistent and doing the same things every day. When I was a kid, like we do putting contests for 2 hours. Like it's just like kind of wasting my time. Like just like instead of doing that, I can go out there. 3 footers, 5 footers, 8 footers, 10 footers. Do the same thing 3 times a week and see how you progress over 4 months. Now go to the range. Hit 150, hit draws, hit fades, hit low, hit high. Just do drills consistently a couple times a week and do it for 4 months and then see how it goes. It's like going to a doctor. Let's say you have a back problem, whatever. They give you a medication for your back. You take the medication. If you take the medication 2 days in a row, you can't expect it to be, oh my God, I'm cleared. My back is perfect. No, you gotta do it for a couple months, see how it progresses and see if it's working or not. It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen overnight, but you got a consistency.
100%. Yeah, and me and Rafa are friends with local players here that are studs like Berto Nieves, Chris Nito.
Yeah.
We've seen them come up where they were playing just like we were playing, and then all of a sudden they just kind of like skyrocketed and started seeing like really 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 good results on the golf course. And like what have you seen is the biggest difference between those guys? As an example, I'm giving you that we both know versus anyone else that we've seen that just didn't make it, just didn't have it.
I think it's like I said, I think it's the way they practice was so consistent, and they found something that worked for them that helped them, improve consistently, uh, you know, over time, right? As
Yeah.
well, they do have good mental games, being strong mentally. Golf, you're out there for 5 hours, so it's a lot more to it than just like your golf swing and consist. Like you got to be feeling good. You got to eat the right foods, have the energy all day. You need to have the right mental game. So when you hit a couple bad shots, you're playing not great, you can still go out there and score. Like if you get frustrated out there and you're playing bad, your scores you're gonna play like shit.
Yeah.
So that's the difference of those guys. And like for example, just for everyone understands here, like if me and Leo go play some good golf, like we can take down Berto or Nito. Like that's not the problem. We're good golfers, but them consistent, they can do it consistently. And then under pressure is a whole nother thing. When you're
Yeah.
playing for a lot of money, those guys they're playing for millions of dollars out there.
And it's a whole thing, man. It's not just swinging the golf club, like you said. eating right, thinking right, the whole process
Going to the
that
gym,
goes
yeah,
into it.
getting like more flexible in certain areas to help you create more speed, or or like yeah, eating the right things, mentally making sure your mind is sharp. Sometimes you
Yeah,
got things going on in your life, and it's harder to like be positive out there. Just be grateful, be happy. Like this guy that won this week, the last tournament, man. Keegan Bradley, he said, you know what, he didn't expect to make it to the playoffs where he was at, and he was just grateful to be out. And look, he won the tournament. Those guys
that's
are
it.
all such good golfers. He went out there instead of like expecting so much from himself. He just went out there, had no expectations, and just performed his best.
That's
And
it, bro.
that's something that actually in my life I've been trying to do more. In the shop, I always had so many goals. I'm like, kind of now I'm just trying to do like I'm trying to just do my best every single day, and then from there, I think 3, 4, 5 years down the road, I'll see the results I wanted, as opposed to just thinking about it all the time.
Yeah,
The
and you
best
kind of
every
answered
day.
my next question there because I was going to ask you, like, what are some of the things that you've correlated from, you know, playing competitive golf to now being a golf entrepreneur, and running the business and starting a brand and everything. What are the correlations in performance that you see with business and golf?
I think everything in life, if you want to succeed, you got to put in hard work. And it just takes time. Just like to be a good golfer, you're not gonna be, you can put in a lot of hard work, but you're not gonna become a +3 handicap in a year. It's gonna take you time to get better and better, especially under competition. I think it's just a lot of hard work. Um, is number one, right? And then number two is just staying consistent, and believing in yourself. The belief is so
Yeah,
important too. It's
yeah,
so
man.
so important. These guys, all these guys that make entrepreneurs, they're not negative. They're like, oh, it's never gonna work. You only have a 5% chance. Look at all the data analytics now on Chat GBT. If you look at that, you're gonna be miserable because
Yeah,
you're never gonna make it. Say, oh,
yeah,
Jay, you only have a 5%, 2% chance. They have no chance. No, man. You know what? I'm gonna be the 2% guy. I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna work my fucking ass off. I'm gonna work harder than everyone else. Right? I'm gonna stick to the plan. I'm gonna give myself a strategy, and I'm going to try to convert as much as possible. And you know what? Even if I don't make it to that point that I wanted to, I guarantee I'll be goddamn close. And the people that
yeah.
are just giving up and don't have just see all these negatives, positive mindset, man.
That's
You
what
got to
it's
be,
about, man. That's what we got to be spreading. That's why we have these
yeah, that's
conversations
stay
for people to
connected
be
right
hearing
there.
it.
That positive mindset. Come on. That's the
Stay
most important.
connected.
Anything in life, anything. I don't give a shit what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Sports,
So
work, anything.
so Rafa, I mean, you got the mindset, you got the discipline, and you've been in the industry for a while. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to in the golf industry as a whole? I mean, golf is in such
I
a
got a
unique
lot of,
spot.
I'm pumped up for it. I got a lot of things in my mind that I want to do. Like that's what I said. I work. I told you us in before us talking about. I try to just do my best every day. I have these things in the back of my head that I want to do, but when the opportunity presents itself, I think we're gonna take advantage of it, and it's gonna be a great thing for us. But I see a lot of things going. Like people always talk about, having those like indoor simulators. We haven't seen them yet. They'll be coming out soon here in Miami, but I think I think having a bigger location, one with more simulators, we have coaches in here. We can have people renting out one of the bays for parties and whatever the case being, or just for practice and get the analytics because these TrackMans and these foresights and all these ball data machines they're incredible to improve your golf game. They tell you all the data you need to improve your golf swing and get more consistent. So that is huge. I think it's much better than going outside. Honestly, nowadays, I think it's good to mix it up.
Yeah,
So I
man.
think that's big. I think having instructors in here, maybe get another location in the future. Uh, I'm just I have a lot of things in my mind that I can do, and we'll see what happens when I feel like life is gonna present you things. When you get at a certain time, and then you kind of know there that you had the idea, and if the numbers and the analytics and everything, the pros outweigh the cons, right? We're gonna do it.
No, that's awesome, man. And it all comes at the right time.
To get a
And
big
you're
store.
so right, man. There's such a lane now for indoor golf,
Indoor
in
golf is
general.
so cool. Yeah.
I mean, that's where the game is going. I mean, I was having conversations with other golf instructors and stuff, and then like that's where the game is going. Because I mean, we can't really rely on the weather nowadays, especially down here in Miami.
And
So
in
what's
summer,
the
spots
alternative?
balls, dude. I walk outside for a second to the other. So we have like a private studio on the other side, so I have to go outside for a second to go through to that studio, and I start sweating like instantly the second I open the door. And it's
Yeah,
not like I'm a obese, like a fat guy. Like, dude, I'm going out there and it's crazy. It
no,
honestly is
yeah,
crazy. In the indoor, it's not freaking steaming hot. And then, like I said, regardless of the weather, it's just like all the data that it gives you, it just
yeah,
helps you
man. The
perform
data.
better. it's so much better. And then sometimes you don't get so frustrated because outside when you see the ball in the grass when you're starting, it's kind of hard. You're on the grass and like the data, you kind of get
Yeah.
frustrated, but the grass a little easier, so you get more confidence. You work on your swing. I think if you started off like that, like a couple months of beginner, just on the mat with a good instructor on TrackMan, like I think that can really help you get better. Because you're
And
more
there's so many
confident, your
games,
swing's more
and
consistent, and we got all the facts about what we need to improve upon to get you more consistent, hit better golf shots. I mean,
exactly.
like that.
And there's so many games, and there's tournaments that are now held like all indoors. Like TrackMan runs their own tournament for an
Dude, people are
actual like
making thirty
money purse.
thousand dollars. I mean, playing simulator golf. I mean,
Straight
it's
up. And
crazy.
like Top Golf is like, that's it's the biggest golf kind of company. I mean, I don't know what's happening now with it, but it's grown the game
Yeah, they sell
significantly.
the most. I saw they told me that the facts are that I think the Top Golf last year sold the most beer in every single state that they were in. Top Golf sold the most
Wow.
beer. So imagine how much beer those people were selling. Most beer companies must be kissing their ass because all
Yeah.
that volume. I'll tell you that.
Facts,
I'll
bro.
start a beer company, a Top Golf. I mean, what the hell are they doing? Make an IPA, some Top Golf IPAs. They'll
Yeah.
kill it. I mean,
No, that's great, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's an exciting time that we're a part of in the game of golf. I mean, a lot of really cool things around us. We got really really cool people in the golf industry. I mean, the people that you bump into just in the shop, let alone
unbelievable,
on a golf course at a private club or whatever, but being
crazy.
at a shop, just getting an influx of golfers coming in. How good has that been for building your network?
Crazy. So it's been unbelievable. I mean, luckily we're in Miami. So Miami's like the hottest city right now in the United States. So so many people are moving over here. It's been great. It's been great for business here. I meet a bunch of athletes, a bunch of cool guy, famous people. Regardless, there's a bunch of cool people in Miami that are low key that have good businesses and just like really like cool people that they mean well. It's awesome, man. We're really fortunate. That's the thing. Like I like to be in the store every day. Trust me, I love playing golf, but like I love to be in here because every day we're getting new customers, and if you treat these people right, they put three other people. So your business grows every single day. So that when I'm not here, it's like I'm not growing my clientele base. It's just I always want
Yeah,
to be here, but I meet some great people. It's awesome, man, and they keep every day it's someone different. I got a guy from LA yesterday that moved over here, and they got a bunch of clothes and a bunch of drivers with custom shafts, and like we have all these events, all these clubs. People come in here too because we have everything in stock. Like you go to the club champions and the true specs, they're great. They're you hit or miss. You have good guys, you don't, but they need to wait 5 weeks for your clubs. Like we have everything in stock. Worst comes to
yeah.
worst, you'll wait 4 or 5 days for your clubs. I mean. And
And
people love their equipment. Like I tell them it's gonna come in 4 or 5 days, and they keep texting and bothering me, man. I'm like, I already told you it's gonna take 4 days. Like it's not gonna take 24 hours. Like why are you texting me right now? And I
yeah.
laugh because I know I love my equipment, dude. Like trust me, I got the 101 Scotty. I got the all black T100s. Like I'm getting a new set of TaylorMades. I love equipment, dude. I'm like a equipment
So
junkie.
Rafa, ideal set of golf clubs in your bag. What are you getting? Wedges, putter, irons, driver. What's in the bag for Rafa Martinez?
Dude, so what's in the bag and what I should have in the bag?
What you
Because I'm
should
always
have
tinkering is a little different. I'll say the ideal. Let me give you the ideal bag because this is like. Uh, so I like right now. I like a double band mallet putter. I like the Scotty, the 5.5 for tourists. What I have, I love that putter. I got a 101. It's like it's the most important, one of the most important things in my life. I can't say it's the most important. Then I got my I have the Vokey wedges now. I like them, but I love the Cleveland RTX wedges. They were so good. I think they launched a little bit better. The better players want to launch it a little bit lower and have consistent spin control, consistent spin. So I think the Cleveland wedges were actually incredible. And I've tried everything. Those wedges, it was unbelievable how good those wedges are. I like the Cleveland wedges. Right now, I'm using the Titleist. I have the T100 irons. I love those. I went to a 105 extra stiff shaft modus, and I've tried 132 stiff. I tried 120. I've tried them all. And
for the irons.
I'm not a high ball hitter, so it helps me, get my ball up a little bit more and get more spin. I like to work the ball. I like to hit like a fade. I don't like to hit the ball straight. I like to hit a little bit of right to left or left to right every shot. So it's a little bit more consistent with doing that. Then I like 3 wood and 5 wood. I'm playing right now the paradigms, but I'm getting now the QI um,
Taylor
QI
made.
LS, the QI LS fairway woods, and those are unbelievable. That's a go-to. Those things are so
Really?
hot, and they're adjustable. I like that with the Ventus Red shaft, Ventus Red Plus.
I need a new three
I
wood,
like
so I
the
might have to
triple, but I
slide.
like the triple diamond Callaway driver. I do love that. It's a test
Nice.
between that and that ping driver. So good, man. I sell so much of that ping. It's just so easy to hit straight. It's a little bit easier than every other brand that I've seen.
You sold me the ping one. I haven't let go of it. It's been
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
I was telling
I need a
Leo
new
like
three wood though.
I told him for like a year straight about the ping driver. He wouldn't
Yeah,
listen. He
yeah,
tried. He tried everything. Then we got the ping driver, and you can't get out of it. I mean,
I know. I had the triple diamond. I had the TaylorMade, all of them, and the
yeah,
ping has been really
yeah.
a game changer for me. But like I said, I need a new three wood. So, if I'm probably gonna have to slide by there and see what's up.
Let's
Because
get you right. Let's get you
how
right, man.
about that?
Come on.
How about that Callaway utility that your boy always talks about? That the vintage Callaway Apex hybrid.
Oh,
You
the
know what I'm talking
UW you're
about?
talking about? No, the UW, the one that's like that
Yes.
Phil Mickelson brought. Dude, that thing
Yes.
comes out like a rocket. That thing's
I
like
I
almost
would.
it's almost too long for me. Like it goes so
I really
far.
want that, dude.
That thing is unbelievable, especially for the draw of the golf balls. I'm a fader of the golf ball, but
Yeah.
that thing is harder to turn around. That thing is unbelievable. No, people like that a lot. It's good. I mean, Phil Mickelson's, I think, the guy that started putting the bag first. He kind of like helped design that club, and then people loved it. They started throwing it in their bag. A lot of people for the better players. I don't recommend
Yeah.
it for the higher handicap. We're gonna stay away from that. you know,
Yeah. So Rafa, let's wrap it up here with one final question. You're at the shop all the time, and you're with the same homies every single day. You got Julio, Ernie, your dad, your uncle. Like talk to me about the camaraderie at Planet Golf and how it's helped you have success.
yeah. I think I think it's everything. It's all teamwork in here. It's not a one man thing. It's Planet Golf. It's not Rafa's Golf or Alfie's or Eddie. It's a team of people, and we all love what we do. It's fun here. We're like family in here. So people love to like talk to us about equipment and kind of like have a good we have a good friendship with a lot of our customers. We're close with them. So and they know who we are and we know who they are. So they know that we're honest people. And like I said, everything is teamwork. We have Ernie back there doing my builds. Also, he's a great fitter. He's unbelievable. He knows a lot about equipment. I know a lot about equipment myself. I like to do sales. I like to help people out. I like to talk. I do like oversee everything from marketing. Then you have, it's a team effort. My dad, he's helps customers out. He's got a big network with people in South America and here in Miami. Alfie as well. He's just a face of the business. Been doing it for a really long time. We got my brother, is doing a good job, doing a little bit of everything, putting things out. Everything
Junior,
matters. Selling clothes, everything. You know, clothes, shoes, golf clubs, custom clubs, used clubs, everything, golf balls, gloves. It all makes a difference for sure. And everyone has their role. And everyone's just as important. You know, and we're like grateful for all these guys. We love these people.
yeah, man, you guys truly have the dream team there. You guys work so well together. Even though you bump into each other and everything. Oh, is that Mike Fine in the
We got Mike
background?
Fine in the house at Planet Golf.
Oh my lord!
He's
I was
looking at
about
the
to
putters.
mention him because I was like, if
He's
you don't
looking at
have
the
a
putters.
customer, I know you're gonna always end up being with this one.
This is one of the good customers right here, Mr. Mike Fine back here.
Wow, what a
He's
legend,
Mike. It's Leo from Connected Golfer. Mike.
Mike! Great to see
Mike.
you.
Mike. It's Leo.
But
Leo. Yes, Leo.
yeah,
Look,
man.
Leo, the Connected Golfer. He played with you at Boca Grove like 100 times. He plays good. He's hitting it good. He played. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's doing it. Look at him. He's doing a podcast with Leo.
Yeah, man.
Look at Leo.
Hey, Mike! What a
Jesus,
legend.
it was just his birthday the
He,
other day, Mike.
Mike's the best person I've ever met, man. In golf,
Yeah.
he's the best customer at Planet Golf. He lives 50 minutes away, and he goes over there four times
Yeah.
a week at least.
Yeah.
That that's amazing. I'm so glad we got that.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, right there,
That's
man.
our story. We have people like Mike find the best. We got some good customers, man. We're really grateful.
Yeah,
We're really grateful, and people
dude.
love
And
their
one of
golf
the things
club.
that I've realized too is like there's kind of a lack of like shops. I don't know if this is something that you
A
seen or
hundred
something,
percent, man. A
but like
hundred.
you guys, I mean, you guys are killing it, but there's not that many other like shops around, and like, I feel like that's definitely like
Yeah.
something
In
that,
Miami, it's just they all kind of go out. It's very difficult this industry in golf. And we're very dominant. We've been around for a long time because we were the house golf before we came here. So we have Planet Golf now, but we have a lot of relationships with people. We have everything in inventory. We have our stock, our inventory is incredible. Dude, we have all the when it comes to hard goods, like you go to PJ Superstores in a big store and they have a lot of clothes and stuff. But when it comes to hard goods and custom shafts, like they're not like us. It's like we got like a tour van back here. We got all the Ventus, Mitsubishi, graphite design shafts. We got tour issue shafts. We got rifles. We got steel fibers. Like, dude, we got everything in stock. We're more like the industry has changed a lot from back in the days when before there wasn't TrackMan, there was no fittings. Now people are getting custom clubs. Golfers want to get the best clubs possible for their game. If it gets them one or two shots better, a lot of guys are just they're gonna pay for it. They want the best
yeah,
equipment. And we have it all in stock. So it's like, and then it's just a little bit of everything I said, like the team, what with the guys we have in here, all the inventory we have, it's like a tour van with all the shafts and custom clubs to get it quickly. With the best, we take care of people. We don't rip people off,
yeah. No,
we,
that's something to
it's
emphasize.
kind
You
of like
really
we
do
love to help
take
people
care
out.
of
Like
people.
I help people out. Like I love it, man. Like I'm literally, I rather work at this. I rather work than play golf. Like I swear to God, I'm here. That's why you have your game on Tuesday. And you text all the time. I'm like, fuck. Like I can't miss work because every day we get new customers, and I love helping people out.
Yeah. No, you
It's just
guys are killing it, man. If you guys are in the Miami area, go check out Planet Golf. Go talk to Rafa. Tell him you
yeah.
saw him on the
I guarantee
podcast.
you'll love it, man. We'll love it's the best in here, man. This place is honestly, it's a golf dream. I'm telling you, if you're a golfer,
Literally.
you're gonna dream about this place when you leave.
I mean, you got Mike Fine, who's been in the game
Oh
for
no,
what,
Mike
like
Fine is out of
60
control. Yeah,
years,
he's
70
60 years. He's
years,
a
and
hell of a
he's coming to Planet Golf literally
he's a
like
hell of
five
a
times a week.
he's a good guy, man. We got a lot of guys like Mike Fine that just some people just they'll buy every club with custom shafts. Like right when it comes out, they just buy it and they want to try it. They don't care. They'll
Yeah.
just buy the new club every time. It's unbelievable. So we
Yeah.
have all different types of budgets too. From your used clubs, you can get a used set for a whole $300 and get you a starter set. But I like to typically go more to the used route because those clubs I think they're better quality. All the way to your custom clubs with custom shafts on everything. So we have every type of golfer, every level. Can come to Planet Golf and we'll give them the best gear for their game. And then just me behind them, just guiding them in the right direction. I find I'll kind of get their budget. I'll see how long like they want the clubs to last them, right? I'll see like how much time they have to play golf or they get to take lessons, all these sort of questions. So I get a good background knowing, how much they want to invest in the sport. And then from there, I'll be honest with them and they'll give me their budget. And I'll be like, look, I think it's a good budget. I think it's perfect. I think you could spend a little bit less and I think you're going to be happy. You can have the clubs for 5 years, whatever. Or maybe the guy's like, if I want the clubs for 7 years, you start taking a bunch of lessons. I'm like, dude, I think you should spend more because or not, you're gonna get these clubs. You're outgrow them in 2 or 3 months, and then you're gonna buy new ones. So instead of spending, you spent $800 on the used set, and you spent $800. Now you're gonna buy a new set. It's really like you spend 4,500 instead of spending 2,500 once. So it's just like, and I keep it really honest with people.
Yeah.
That's what people like. That's what people like.
Yeah, you got to. And that right there is with the game of golf. One of the
Yeah,
core,
say right
rules and
there.
etiquette, that we get from it, just the honesty and being real.
Yeah.
So, that's awesome, man. A lot of insights in this podcast. Thank you so much, Rafa,
Thank
for
you, Leo, man.
taking the
You guys
time,
just
man.
come to Planet Golf if you need anything. Follow us on Instagram at Planet Golf Miami and stay connected. Leo's the best, dude. Whatever you see, this guy's is a man. I know he was a kid. This guy's a stick golfer and hell of a guy.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Appreciate it. Go
We're
check out
connected.
Planet,
We're
guys.
connected here at Planet Golf. You know
Yes,
that.
sir.
Come
All
on now.
right. I'll
All
see
right.
you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.